every music creates something visual in me. So the animation I made was a little bit different this time. Like the vision wasn't very clear. I didn't know what was it exactly. I didn't see it. But another, like it came through work thing. So I did that animation by like collecting so many old books, so many, and then I would go through like this like public domain
Yeah.
pictures in it, like old paintings or like sculptures and things like that. And then I started cutting, hours and hours of cutting. And I had so many characters, like backgrounds, Then I started doing collage, created scenes, and then it started to create a story, like very surreal story though. It's not like direct story. It's something in my mind, and I followed it. After that, like created the setup for animating it, and I think it's like 3 minutes long or something like that. So it took a very long
Oh
time
yeah.
to make that. But I love doing that. Like animation is something that I would do if I wasn't a musician. The story in that animation is like I thought about, the Mario game back then, the Atari. I used to play that a lot as a kid, and there was like you were constantly running to something like obstacles. And the main theme for this animation, I want something like that. Like go on a journey and things happen. And at the end, the piece is called passage in English. Passage is about like a change, like you transform into something else through the journey you have been to. So the main theme was that in the animation. Like at the end, you transform to something else.
And so was this like your first time working with stop motion animation, or had you done that before as well?
I done it before, though. Like I've never spent this much time
Yeah.
on
Yeah, yeah.
animating. I've done it for like two music videos for my songs during like high school, college times, but like there are not near this one. That's how much time I put on. I at some point I thought about like changing my career to become an
Oh,
animator.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, but then I was like, okay, no, it's actually back to music. It was like a very short period.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
considered, and then no.
So, so obviously we're not going to like start this interview over and talk all about like illustration and animation, but I am curious. Like, this seems like something that has also been a part of your life for maybe like your whole life. And of course, like usually we have like crayons and we're drawing stuff before we play music. I think that's most people's experience. So, I mean, like, when did this like interest of yours in visual art first begin, and for it to get to a point where it's like, okay, I think I might want to do this as a career instead of music? I mean, like, what was that like?
So I have my notebook from elementary school, and I look at it, all the drawings I made there. Like it's so interesting to see. I don't remember that I was doing them, but I was really taking care of like writing the notes and then drawing something related to that,
Yeah.
coloring them. So I always loved doing visual things, and I think it started from there. And then I love seeing art. Always love going to museum, and like, or like as a kid, they looking at the magazines, just like the visuals you
Oh
would
yeah.
just like get in there, right? Like, and I think it's always in me. I still feel that way, like looking at the visuals, imagining to be in that place. So I will just do illustrations like that, and watch a lot of animations. It all started probably cartoons as a kid.
Sure. Yeah.
Love them. And then I got into this watching Eastern European animations, stop motion animation. They're so good. So this considering like should I do animation thing was like I studied in Poland, Warsaw for a year, and they are also very good in animation, stop motion animation, and also like Czech Republic. One of my favorite like animation director is from there, and in Czech Republic there was this school about puppet stop motion, and I applied to it there. I don't know why I just I got accepted. Then that was like, should I go there or should I
Yeah.
stay with? That was the decision part, and yeah, then I moved with music because like I spend more time with it, you know. Yeah, but now I'm trying to do both. Now I'm trying to improve on animating. I will do more for sure, and that's also something like I think I need to keep doing and get better.
Yeah, I feel like I have like a million questions about this, so I'm going to try to focus in on a few of them. Um, so stop motion, I guess, is kind of it's kind of like an analog based. I mean, I'm sure you're bringing it into like a digital program and putting it together in some way, and then obviously it goes up on the internet and that's all digital. But it seems like it has like it starts in the analog space. I mean, do you mostly do animations that are analog oriented, or do you ever like start something in a digital format?
I did one in a digital format with like graphic tablet. Like I draw on the tablet, and it was just black and white. You know, it's okay. Like I'm not interested in digital work as much as in analog one,
Yeah.
like handmade. So yeah, I prefer to do like with either like the paper animation, like in passage animation. You know, I like to move the characters like inch by inch, and like yeah, there's something very human about it. And I also like seeing the mistakes happen. You know, you're like, oh, there was a shadow of this, or there's a hair left in there, and
Yeah,
then the
yeah, yeah.
next frame you don't see it, or something moves. You know, and I like seeing those in animations. Even like the some like big ones sometimes see it. I have it, so I think it's a beautiful part of the stop motion animation, like
Yeah.
those like little mistakes.
And you kept using the word like story, like it tells a story of some kind. I mean, do you feel like all of your work in this medium, do you feel like it tells a story? Is that important? Or do you ever just have like, I don't know, we always talk about absolute music. Do you ever have like absolute animation? Is that a thing?
Never thought about it. I think when you have visuals, it doesn't always have to tell a story in a way if the visuals are interesting enough. Like the things I do is very surreal in a way, like the collage art
Yeah.
is something that you can go crazy with. So there wasn't much story in that. Like I said, it was just like following a journey, and weird things happen in that journey. No reason. But I can say I'm very, very influenced by Terry Gilliam. If you know, like Monty Python.
And that's where my mind went like when I first saw the music video to Passages. This reminds me
Yeah,
of the opening to Monty Python and all those like kind of
exactly.
interludes that they have. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same technique
Right.
basically, and I'm a big fan of
Yeah.
Terry Gilliam, so it definitely is in it.
So with all of this in mind, I mean, how do you think working with the animation and illustration has maybe changed the way that you hear music, or even like the other way around? Like does music change the way that you put together your animations?
They do interact, but they don't change each other.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I collaborated with someone, either in music or animating part of it, then I would say like it will be different because someone else's vision will be in it. But when I do both things, just from my vision, I feel like they just like blend in. If
Yeah.
that makes sense, like they don't change each other. It's like one
Yeah.
thing in my mind.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. So, like in the case of Passage, it's the music came first, and then the visuals just kind of like came naturally out of that.
Yes. I also have other video I made. I don't know if you've seen that one for the track called Question, the first track of the album. So in that one, for example, I think like the music, something like a circle to me. I seen a circle when I wrote that music.
Mm,
It's like a very classic symbol, like means like the circle of life, where planets are circle. Like there's something in circle. So I was like, this music is like that. And then I went on like a public domain films, went through like thousands of films, and start finding the visuals that I liked and things with circles in it. And then I collage them together. Then it was like, the visuals complemented the music. It brought the music to a different place.
yeah.
Visuals told like another story in the music. Like I would say like it adds to it and becomes like deeper thing together.
I've spoken with composers recently who feel that, and I kind of agree with this, and I'm also kind of lazy, so I don't agree with it. But that we're kind of entering an era where when we present concerts, for example, it can't only be music. It has to be like music plus something else, which, in your case could be, music plus animation. I mean, when you perform for people, your music, I mean, are there visual components to those performances?
So I think differently about performance.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, I think sometimes visuals get something out of music when it's performed. Like it's a different situation with video. Like you consume something just sitting and looking at a screen. But in performance, sometimes I just like that, just pure. I just focus on the sound and like that's just music, someone playing it. Like lights are different. You can have like lights going on, but like sometimes I see some concerts, there's so much things going on, and it's almost like I'm gonna have like some sort of anxiety from like
Mm,
having all this
yeah.
together. Like I prefer, can I just like focus on what's playing? It's distracting me. It has to be really, really good, I think. Like the trick is like having something not getting out of the way of music. And I think that's hard to do.
Yeah. Right.
So I don't use visuals.
That's yeah, that's interesting. So, I mean, with all this in mind, I mean, do you think of your art, and this is both like musical and visual pieces, do you think of them as being self-contained, like piece by piece, or are they all part of like a larger thread or an ecosystem that you're kind of building over time?
I think it's an ecosystem. Yeah, I think they all related to each other at the end. Like it's like someone's life story. That's how I
Yeah.
see all the music. When I look back at it, it will probably be like, oh, this memory, and this memory. Like they will be part of one thing, which is like my life.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. And to that point, like I mean, I again, this feels like a weird question, but it's a direct question. So, I mean, and you need these things. You need like composition. You need the animation. Like you could not be just a pianist alone.
Yes, I cannot be. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've never thought about it, but now you ask, I'm like, yes, it's the direct answer.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Micromaker by Loose Leaf Transmissions. We hope you enjoyed this brief glimpse into the inner workings of the creative life. If this resonated with you, be sure to check out the full conversation on Music Maker with Tyler Kline, a podcast exploring craft and process, philosophy and inspiration, and the honest, often messy parts of being an artist, creative uncertainty, purpose and identity, and resilience. You can find Music Maker wherever you get your podcasts or by visiting musicmakerpodcast.com.